Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Today we have the Summon Rush event going on only for a day and 14 hours. You're probably going to be watching this video probably by tomorrow. We're not too sure. Anyways, it is going to be a short amount of time to do a big burst of summons. If you do not want to be missing out on getting a few shards for Gom Yellow Hand for the Titus Fusion, right? So if you really are trying to be getting this champion, this event is a very interesting one to be taking part into. You're also going to be getting some interesting resources on the way, a lot of energy, an XP barrel, some chickens, some legendary tomes, some stuff. A lot of twisted horns here, very important to also be trying your luck on these relics. Anyways, you know the drill, you're going to be rolling all your sacred shards ideally during these summon rushes, and let me tell you, I already spent pretty much all that I had on the previous summon rush, so I am running a little bit low on resources. And by the way, you are not going to be able to get any points from the summon pool, so if you are thinking about rolling some stuff over here and trying to get some points for the summon rush, yeah, it's not going to be working, so don't bother. It's just not worth it. Don't try it out. It doesn't give you any points whatsoever. So if you want to join my team in Raid Shadow Legends, click the link in the description to get a free Narma as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. Here's what you need to do. First of all, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Then click the link in the description and register a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial, and then go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get a fresh start in Raid with a free Narma and 3 epic champs. Click on my link right now. What do we have here in store with the shards that I currently have for this Summon Rush? And by the way, there is also other events going on at the moment. There is, for example, this one right here, summon any legendary champion to get a different one extra as a bonus. So you have double the champions, right? You can get double the legendaries if you manage to roll into one. And then there is an extra chance of getting one of these few legendary champions if you're going to be getting any of this. And I did select this one in particular because it's part of the Mikage Fusion. So if I do get it, I would be pretty damn happy just for the sake of progressing on that front. But yes, the chances of actually rolling into another legendary or just a legendary in general for Ancient Shards today is just as low as ever, 0.5. Same goes for Voids, even though already over here as well we do have another progressive chance of summoning, so you can target specific Void champions. But with the amount of shards that I have currently, I would barely be able to really make it up through the event, actually, right? The Summon Rush. It's like 20 points per Ancient Shard, so that would be like 600 points just from these 31, and then it's like, actually, how many is it for the Void Shards? Before we go any further, please go ahead and check out Aptoide if you haven't done so yet. It's gonna be allowing you to get yourself massive amounts of bonuses whenever buying anything in Raid Shadow Legends through Aptoide, right? So just as you are buying a pack normally and regularly, you're gonna be able to get a massive bonus that can go from extra 10% of your amount of money you're spending all the way up to extra 35% of that much money. And the good thing about this whole thing is that once you do have enough of the bonuses, you're gonna be able to use them to make the payments for you instead of actually using your real money, right? So you are saving up in further purchases in the future. We'll talk more about this whole thing at the end of the video. For now, let's keep going. For the Void Shards, it is 120, so that would be 360. That is only like 960 points out of using all my shards that I do have. I also have 700 mystery shards, which if I do roll every single one of those, and that would be a massive pain in the ass, but I would also be getting another 701 points, something like that, and that would put me like about halfway to be able to get my first Gom Yellow Hand. It's not quite even there. Now I do also have a pack that I did purchase over at the store, which is going to be getting me a few shards every now and then. There is also other stuff in sale, and I could of course spend some more money if I so desire, which I might actually be taking that option because otherwise I'm gonna be missing out on this. But yeah, at this point I already got all the good stuff. I got the sacred shard out of this pack that I did buy. All the Void Shards I already have, and I'm only going to be getting a few energy and Ancient Shards and stuff like that, so it's not really going to be helping too much, and it's going to be taking too long for that actually to get to me in order to actually be able to finish up this Summon Rush event. So I have two options. Either I totally skip on this event and I miss out on actually getting anything, or I just roll and then go ahead and just, I don't know, get some random stuff out of it without the best odds, because there is not a 2x event going on right now. Yeah, honestly, this one is looking like a skip to me unless you are already farming a big bunch of sacred shards through farming very high levels like Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare consistently on the clan boss, you are going to be having quite a hard time getting enough Sacred Shards to be able to actually afford to complete these events, man. And like, buying a Sacred Shard in this game is very expensive. It is insanely costly to find a pack which is going to be giving you a decent amount of Sacred Shards. Look at these, like 2 of those, 60 euros, man. Like, look at that. That is absolutely nuts. 60 euros for 2 rolls which are worth something. Then we had this pack, which was alright. It was like 36 euros, and there's a big bunch of stuff in it, so I did go ahead and buy it. I kind of just wanted to do so anyways. And then you have a Shard Selection pack, where you can also get 2 more, and that's going to be another 60 euros. Like, are we crazy? Not going to be buying that. And then we have some more stuff here in the daily progression, where you have the monthly pack, another Sacred Shard, which is not terrible value. I guess this one would be kind of worth it, but it's only 1 Sacred Shard. And to make sure we actually finish this event, we need to be getting, I don't know, it's like 8 Sacred Shards, something like that. We got another one over here again for 35 bucks, and that's kind of like a usual pack which is recommended to buy. It's sort of like similar to the monthly pack, although here you get a little bit more energy as well as the gems and the ancient shards, whereas here on the daily not the daily gems, the what is it? Actually, this one, yeah, the secret daily, you do get a little bit more gems, but you're also going to be getting the silver and just a little bit less shards in general. I think there's like 1 less void and 1 less ancient. There we go. Yep. So yeah, those 2 are kind of worth it, but they are still extremely costly. Like, if I wanted to get enough Sacred Shards just going ahead and dumping money into the game, it would be costing me like 200 bucks, something like that, to be able to actually finish up this event. Now, the real thing about this whole stuff is that there is a champion chase coming really damn soon after this summon rush is over. Now, you can get 50 points over here if you really are prepared ahead of time. Otherwise, the wallet is going to be hurting, man. It's insane. And then that champion chase, I mean, if you want to be getting anything out of it, you will also be needing a lot of shards, like just ready them up to actually be trying to get something out of it, right? You need to be able to have, I don't know, something like 80 ancient shards to be able to make it work on a champion chase, and a big bunch of void shards as well. And I'm like not even close to that, so I'm just thinking that maybe I just go ahead and fully skip this event and focus on the champion chase coming right after, because the resources are limited in this game, man, and things are really damn expensive. I don't really have ways of accessing, like, getting ancient shards in a constant manner. Like, I'm not clearing Doom Tower consistently. I'm not really able to go ahead and do very hard content, which is going to be having access to decent amount of ancient shards. So that being my situation, man, this just looks like a game which is just way too pay to win when you really think about these things, and you try to give yourself goals like getting a fully finished up fusion like Titus. So yeah, given that this is the current schedule, I am totally going to be skipping out the summon rush. There is extra fragments to it, but yeah, I think it's much worth, at least for my wallet, to go ahead and ignore this whole thing, not waste my money away trying to buy any kind of shards. And if I do need to buy some shards, that would probably be a lot better to do so buying some ancient shards in bulk whenever the Champion Chase tournament is coming around. Ideally, it would also have a double chance of getting legendaries out of the ancient shards at that time, which usually is the case. And then yeah, getting the Champion Chase done would be just so much better, right? Given the situation, if you are not taking part in the summon rush just like I'm going to be doing, you need to be completing every single one of the other events, which is not going to be too hard given that we are already like halfway to it. We're kind of like getting to this point. The Ace Golem tournament will be finishing really damn soon, so it's going to be a matter of just getting your gear enhancements, your champion training, just beat up the spider a bunch of times, the Fire Knight, Kurosa, do a little bit of arena, and then dump away your shards in the champion chase, right? So it's just going to be a matter of having enough energy to do all these 3 dungeons at the same time as you are doing some champion training, and then the Dungeon Divers event will out to complete, and then the gear enhancement is just dump away whatever you're getting for the dungeons into upgrading some random gear and do a little bit of arena in the mix, right? So it's pretty straightforward. This event is really damn simple, really easy, but this summon rush, I think it's a total trap. So if you're like me in a similar situation, you just don't have access to that many sacred shards on a weekly, monthly, whatever basis, and you are getting to this sort of events and not really prepared with a big bunch of shards, or most importantly sacred shards already saved up, don't go ahead and buy them. It's much worth it, especially in the situation we are in, to wait up. And then if you are going to be struggling to actually make sure you're finishing up all the events, if you're going to be spending any money, what I would suggest doing is buying the daily energy as well as the daily gem packs, which will suffice just in order to be able to keep doing those dungeons, which will in turn be finishing up those events. For most of those are going to be dungeon events or champion training events, which is just campaign farming and leveling up trash or food champions, or at that point doing your champion upgrades, which you would regularly be doing anyways. And in the meantime, as you are farming those dungeons, you're going to be getting enough of the silver to go ahead and finish the gear upgrade event, right? So it's going to be a lot more straightforward and cost efficient to not dump that much money into sacred shards if you're really trying to finish up everything, and instead just get a little bit of gems and a little bit of silver through these 2 packs if you're struggling to finish up the other rest of the events, and then that should be just about enough to make sure you're getting Titus. If you've made it all the way up to the end of the video, I really encourage you to check out Aptoide. It's going to be allowing you to get yourself bonuses whenever buying anything in Raid Shadow Legends through Aptoide. Those bonuses can go from extra 10% of any amount of money you're spending in the game, all the way up to extra 35% of that much money. And the good thing about the bonuses is that you can then go ahead and use them to buy the things for you instead of actually using your real money. So you're just going to be able to save up in further purchases as you are buying things that you would otherwise be buying anyways in the game, right? You can find out how to set it up on your Android devices like a PC and BlueStack Simulator, or just your Android phone very easily by following the link down there in the description. And if you go ahead and use my code, which is going to be somewhere up here in the screen, and input it into the Aptoide wallet, which again will be all explained about how to set it up down there in that link, then you're going to be able to get an even bigger bonus from the get-go, flat 5% bonus for literally ever. Just put it in there, and here in the wallet you will also be able to see your purchase history as well as how much bonus you currently have accumulated. So that's literally it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. See you.